I want to tell you about a different type of strength, and it's called quiet resilience. You see, I grew up as the middle child, and where I'm from, everybody is very bold. They have strong opinions. I had two older ones who were very bold, and two younger ones who were quite outspoken, and we called them the Tom and Jerry of the house. And I was always the object of their mischief. Just put that in your back pocket. So if there's one thing that I thoroughly enjoyed about growing up, it's the fact that I got to do my hair every Saturday. For me, it was the creativity of it. It was the art. It was the beads that I got to put in my braids. And the best part of it all was to show this off at school. So every Saturday, while everyone was doing their chores, my mom would take me to the Nigerian market. And if you've ever been to the Nigerian market, you know that it's full of life. You have shoppers calling or beckoning to people to come to their stores. There's the smell of street food, fried plantains, roasted corn. There are children playing around. My mom will hold me really tight and take me to her braider's shop. Her name was Auntie Ngozi, and she had this catalog of braids in her shop. And I got the privilege of choosing what hair I wanted to do for the week. And the best part was choosing what colors of beads I wanted to put in my hair. And she would always end my braiding sessions with a cold bottle of Fanta. I mean, the ones that come in the glass bottle. So there was one Saturday evening. It had rained cats and dogs. And if you know anything about the rains in Nigeria, you know that it's as if the heavens open up and pours down. I'm talking thunder, lightning, hailstorm, heavy rain. So after the rain was done, I was playing outside with mud, and I just remember like a flash, I saw all the beads in my hair come down. And before I knew what was happening, I felt mud all over my hair, down to my clothes. I looked around and I saw my two younger brothers, the ones I told you were the Tom and Jerry of the house. They had thought it was fun to pour mud on my new hair. I didn't know what to do, but I went into the house in tears, and my mom saw me, and all she could say was, "You have to take off your hair. You're going to have to take Afro puffs to school." And so I cried and cried. While my brothers got their fair share of scolding, I remember crying so much, and my mom and my aunties telling me that, "Oh, Lota, you should have fought back. You're just not strong enough." And somehow that stuck with me, that I was the child that was not as strong as my other siblings. Fast forward to after college, I moved back to Nigeria because I went to school in the UK. I moved back to Nigeria, and I made the choice to move away from Abuja, where I was raised, to Lagos. You see, Abuja was like the calm city. It was the city where things moved at a slower pace. In contrast, Lagos was the bubbling city. It was a land flowing with milk and honey. It was a hustler's land. And it got the name Shine Your Eye, meaning be alert at all times. Lagos was a place where things moved very fast. And if you were not alert, it would eat you up. So I made the choice to move to Lagos, and I knew that it was going to be very tough to convince my parents that I wanted to move to Lagos. So, in my usual fashion, I waited. I waited till it was the right time, and luck shone on me. And it was the day that Nigeria was having a soccer match against Cameroon. And I knew that if Nigeria won, my dad would be in the best mood. Luckily, we won the match. And so I went to him while he was enjoying or reeling in the fun of how we won the match. I just stood at the door and I blurted out, "Daddy, I want to move to Lagos." He didn't even turn back, but he said something. He was like, "I went to university in Lagos. You won't survive a week in Lagos." But I had already prepared my pitch. You see, I had observed, I had known how to speak to him to get him to agree to me to go to Lagos. And so I gave him my pitch. And for the first time, I noticed something shifted in the atmosphere. There was a newfound respect that I could see in my father's eyes. So amidst all the doubts, I moved to Lagos, the land of hustle. With career changes, starting a new business, I survived. But growth doesn't erase the past. Old feelings still resurface. Last year, I went for an interview, and halfway through the interview, the CEO told me, you know what, Lota, you just don't look strong enough to handle the people in my organization. But I told him, with respect, strength doesn't always have to be loud. Quiet resilience listens, reflects, and responds with clarity. I left the room knowing that I had stood my ground, calmly, quietly, but with conviction. So, to anyone who has ever been called too calm, too gentle, or too quiet, remember that quiet resilience is not the absence of fear. It's starting new businesses while working full time. It's moving to a new country without the safety net, like Canada. It's pursuing dreams when others think you shouldn't have that dream. It's facing health challenges while still moving forward. You don't have to change who you are to succeed. Stand firm, act with grace, and show up. And the world will learn to listen. Thank you.